Welcome back to the halftime show on the PAC Sports Network, and we're joined now by Saint Vincent men's basketball coach DP Harris. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Saint Vincent opens PAC play tonight, coming off a pair of blowout non-conference victories over Carlo and Penn State Fayette at home to open the season. What are your early impressions of this year's Bearcats?
I like our energy. I like our effort, and I certainly like our enthusiasm. We call them the big 3 E's. So it's been exciting. We've had great fan participation, and we just jump-started last year, coming back and winning 15 games. We're really off to a hot start, but, we're facing a team that, was picked, number one in the PAC. So we're jumping right into the frying pan.
Now, you mentioned the 15 wins last year, and you're in your second year of your second stint now with the Bearcats. And prior to your return, the Bearcats had 3 wins, 15 wins last year, back under your tutelage, and a PAC tournament appearance as well, doing that with a relatively young team. What kind of strides did the team make last year, and how do you hope that carries over into this season?
Well, we blended a lot of the old guys together and, just talked to them about, what it means to play basketball at Saint Vincent and the tradition here. The reality of it is, people had talked to me. Every coach here has made their own mark on the basketball program, whether you were Dodo Can-Turner, who won the Mikan Trophy, Bernie Matthews, and then myself. We all made our own mark, and it all has a really good and nice tradition to it. I was told today as I'm walking down the hallway that prior to me coming here, we had only played in one national tournament before I became an assistant coach. And, the reality of it is we've been a fixture at the national tournament, and I see that happening again here. And truthfully, we're about a year ahead of where I thought we would be. But, it's all the cooperation of the players and certainly the hard work they put in.
And we'll talk a little bit about some of those guys. St. Vincent boasts one of the most exciting players in the conference in the form of sophomore Jaden Gales. He was the PAC Newcomer of the Year last season, averaged 17.2 points per game, numerous highlight reel dunks as well. What kind of talent is he?
He's a character, but he's got a lot of talent, just a great young guy to coach, but he's improved his game. He's able to step out and shoot the 3 now. He's not just going to wind up and try to out-physical you, and he's become a better basketball player. I think we recruited a good athlete, and now he's becoming a better basketball player, and I think he has a huge upside. He's only going to get better, and he's a fun guy to coach.
Junior guard Mike Izzolino. He was a transfer from Bryant University to St. Vincent for the second semester last year, played in 15 games. I had the pleasure of being able to see him play quite a bit in high school. Great player. And obviously his father has a tie-in with St. Vincent as well. How does having a full off season for Mike Izzolino and preparing for St. Vincent and PAC basketball help him for this year?
Well, I'd like it to see him spend a little bit more time on basketball, but he's an engineering major, so he's certainly here for the academics. But boy, he almost put together a triple-double the other night, and he's just come a really long way. When you sit around a lot, when he was at Bryant, and he just didn't get that opportunity, and I think he's finally getting an opportunity to show what he can do. And last year we threw him in there playing him 32 minutes a game. But Michael is just a pleasure to coach, and knowing him since he was 8 years old, I'm just real lucky to have him here. And I think he's a good leadership person on our team, and kind of keeps us grounded at times. And he has a lot of good basketball ahead of him.
Ossian Jones and Taylor McNeil, returning starters for the Bearcats. What do those guys bring to the floor?
They bring a little bit of that old school game, but both of those guys have done a yeoman's job in everything we've asked them to do. And again, I mean, they're just quality guys who get it done every single day, and they understand their role. Last year, we kind of let the guys experiment a little bit, but we're more finding our way now, and the opportunity to help the younger guys out, that the freshmen we have, I think those 2 guys in particularly do a nice job.
We're at the half with DP Harris, Saint Vincent men's basketball coach, and a newcomer that has already made a splash in the first 2 games this year as a sophomore is Dev Ostrowski, a transfer from Miami-Dade College, but a really interesting success story. Ostrowski was adopted out of an orphanage in Haiti by his adoptive parents in Connecticut, went on to become the basketball player of the year in Connecticut, and I understand a talented pianist as well. What kind of player and person is Dev Ostrowski?
Well, you've done your homework pretty well. I love Dev. He touches my heartstrings because my wife and I have an adopted son. So that's what first striked, Dev to me. And I knew him when he was in Miami when I was at St. Thomas, and that's when I first got to know him. But Dev has so much talent. I'm close with his mom and dad, very close with his father. But Dev has really come in here and he has been really impactful in our student life. And I think the other part with Dev is he really accepts those Benedictine traditions that we have here. I know later this year we're going to have him playing Fred Rogers piano, but he's going to change the world. And for him, how far he's come in life, he's very inspirational, not only in our basketball community, but a further reach. So he's a special guy at a special program with special people.
Now you've got a deep roster, 20 different players have already seen action this season. Who are some new faces we can hear from this year?
Well, I mean, I think that we definitely have to say that Jordan, he has done a really nice job. And Gio from Florida, I like what he's done and what he's put together. But for the most part, or so many of those younger guys, because we have so many guys who want to come to the program. It would be hard for me to just single out a few people, but those two young freshmen in particularly, I think, are doing a nice job. And then, certainly Corey, Corey has, from Virginia, he's done such a good job. I mean, he's improved his game. He's become a great offensive rebounder. And then Diego, he's been hurt. He rolled his ankle. And, that was really tough because he hasn't even played in the first 2 games. So Wednesday night will be the first game he plays in.
Now, as noted earlier, St. Vincent took that jump from 3 wins to 15 wins in your return as head coach. What do the Bearcats need to do to continue that trajectory and challenge for a PAC title?
Well, everybody always talks about PAC titles, and I guess that's become common around here over the years, and I like it. But I think it's a week-by-week, month-by-month process. And, when I see the tweets that, Dave puts out down there at Chatham, I'm chasing him, I guess. So, and I say that I like David. I think he's a really good young coach, and I'm looking forward to tonight's contest. But on my end, we're looking to pick up where we left off when I left here, but it's going to take some time. If we're lucky to get there on a Saturday night and be in the championship, that will be remarkable. But I like that our guys get in the gym. I like that they understand and learning the tradition. A lot of our former players have come back. So, again, this is a special place. St. Vincent basketball has been a big part of my life and a big part of my family's life for a long time. So, we're really excited to be back, and hopefully we can crack out 20 wins.
St. Vincent head coach DP Harris. Coach, as always, thanks for your time and good luck to you and the team the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We'll have the second half when we come back in just a moment on the PAC Sports Network.